Alright guys, hey, how's it going? Mega Gamer Man. And basically this is gonna be my oh wow, I don't know why I did that. It's my other wallpaper, but okay, I guess it went slideshow. But this is my review on, as you can see, Azure Striker Gunvolt. So first of all, there might be some people popping in soon, so if they come in, I'll make sure to get them all nice and organized, but um before I start, basically, go ahead. There's the questions and answers thing on the side. Go ahead and ask something, whatever it is, you can do it. And yeah, so anything about the game, or anything at all. But I'll take game anything about the game questions first. Then I'll take anything that happened, because I know about the Bayonetta 2 direct and stuff. I have videos coming out for that, so don't worry about it. So yeah. First of all, I want to talk about this game is um, who is made from, why it was here. So basically, it's made from Keiji Inafune, and he had help with let me see here, probably, hopefully, no, they don't tell, with Inti Creations. So he basically paired with them, and basically they made this game. So I'm glad that basically he was in charge of it, and he managed to get this done, because it really reminds me of the classic, not really classic, but of the ZX series, or Mega Man Zero series, where you having that kind of 2D anime looking kind of game. So yeah, and I'm gonna first start off with the art styles and stuff. I love the character arts in this game. It really is beautiful. It's really well drawn, it's just perfect. It's really good, and especially with the 2D side-scrolling animations, it's really good. I like the whole when you do the electricity flow. Basically, it's like it just goes nicely. Everything is just perfect. I like when you do special moves. They always do the like like stuff like that, right? That you would see in animes. They say the name out loud. They do all that stuff. It's great. It really is. It really brings back that classic feeling from the Mega Man Zero ZX series. So now, basically, I want to move on to the gameplay. Now, the gameplay is really different. If you played ZX or Mega Man Zero, you know that when you play this game, it will be different. Now, the things that are kind of familiar, right? With the trigger buttons or the A button, you can dash. And actually, no, not the A button. Just with the trigger button, L, you can dash. And just you basically dash. It only basically you're just running, but you can only run for like a certain distance, and then you're back to just like running like a little bit. Then but you can press it like multiple times to make him run like crazy, so that way it never goes out. But it's really, the gameplay is really fast paced. It's really good. Also, when you play the game, it has this where you shoot instead of having it where your gun is basically what you do to destroy enemies. What happens is when you shoot, you lock them on, and then you have to press either A or R, the R trigger, to basically unleash that big huge electric flow, basically, so that way it can basically destroy your enemies. So yeah, that's a really unique way of gameplay and stuff. It's really cool. Of course, you have it where the B button is to jump, the Y button is to basically shoot. So yeah, it's a really good gameplay style. I really like it, and trust me, this game now I will say this: it does feel somewhat easy, but it actually isn't. Because the thing is, there is no like life limit. There's like you have unlimited lives no matter what. But the thing is, you really have to go by game really goes by in order for completion, really score and time. So you really have to beat the game in a certain amount of time because they do have challenges. So you have to do it with and also focus on your score. And remember, once you get hit once, if you have over 1,000 score, once you get hit once, all gone. All of it is gone. So your score is basically, you know, that little score counter is not really your main score. The main score is actually above the life meter, but the numbers that it shows for that kind of bonus score, that's what it is basically. It's a bonus score. What you do is, yeah, if you get hit once, you're dead. Not dead, but you basically lose all that. So all those points are just gone. Also, where the only way you can register the points and everything is if you do a special, or if you do or if you go by a checkpoint and touch it, and then it registers all the points and counts it into your total score. Um, so that's a really kind of way of being like, you better not get hit at all. And trust me, I've been through things in this game. I have died a few times, and especially with the final boss, because I actually did not know what to do at the first second when you verse the final boss, but then I got into it. So it really is, where you have to figure out things yourself, which is really good because I honestly think that figuring things out yourself within these types of games is perfect because it makes it more challenging and it makes you think. So it really is a great gameplay style for these bosses and everything. And now to move on to the bosses, actually. The bosses actually really have a huge diversity of attacks. They really have a lot of attacks that you will not dodge. If you do dodge them, you're God. I'm sorry, but there is ways you can go through the whole fight with some of these bosses without damage, but at the same time it's really hard because sometimes you would get hit for no matter what. There's things where you have to like find a way to dodge it. Like especially there is this boss. He's green. I forgot his name basically, but he's the one of the adept bosses, and he really just like he does his special, basically his ultimate attack, and it basically slashes the ceiling above, but causes like this purple kind of laser going through, and yet he's going in charging at you from the bottom. So it's like either way, if you try to jump, you're gonna get hit. If you go down and try to do something to dodge, you're gonna get hit. So your score is basically gonna be gone. But I know there's probably ways to just get away from that kind of stuff. But it's really just you have to find your way. Bosses really just have a lot of diversity, and there's just one that was annoying though. She's purple, and she basically is really annoying. She keeps like if you defeat one, she will just because it's basically this boss is basically two, but it counts for one. But you defeat basically her other personality because that's what it is basically, her personality. So if you beat one of her personalities, she'll do a move called Resurrection. So she's gonna keep doing that over and over and over. Now the only way you can basically beat her is that you have to defeat both at the same time with your electrical flow. So but that's the only way you can do it, and it was challenging the first time, but I managed to get it. So it really is a unique challenge. So yeah, I'm gonna move on to basically the story, and that's basically where it really kind of it's really short. The story is really like kind of confusing at the same time because it really doesn't explain a lot, and it really doesn't do much. But in a matter of fact, the story is kind of cool. I actually got it. It's basically this group, Samaragi, and they're going around and trying to stop the adepts from taking over or something like that. So yeah, so basically that's basically the whole story. But you see Azure, basically Gunvolt here, where he goes and saves this one um, girl that she's an adept, and she has an avatar named Lumen, and yeah, so it's and he creates a bond with her, and he doesn't, because basically the leader was saying, oh, just shoot her because it's better off, and then he didn't want to do that, so he just like he's kind of a, how could I say, he's got a big heart. But yeah, so basically it's just like your traditional Mega Man games from Mega Man 0 and ZX, just different. It plays, it's fast paced like those. It's just different. But this one is even more fast paced. So yeah, this really just brings it all out. And there's many other things that I can explain. I know I'm not really going in order for you guys and like that, but here we'll go with the menu that you get in the main menu. So you have your, of course, character select screen, and the music is amazing. I'll let you hear it. I really like that music because it's like it reminds me of the old Mega Man games. It really is just it's great. I love it. It just reminds me so much of Mega Man Zero, and the way it went. So basically, you press L, and what would happen is you would go to your menu. Of course, now these are options of select a mission. That's your like um, basically all your missions there, which is basically choosing a boss and going to the stage and versing them. Then you also have your managed challenges, which you can use to, like I explained before, you can choose a challenge, go to that stage, and complete the challenge. Depends on which one it is, so go ahead and do that. Of course, saving your progress, customize your loadout. You can do a lot of things. Skills, gear, inventory, check your stats. So your skills, there's basically a lot of good skills. Ones that I really like that are stylish. The Luke's Caliber, I really like that. It's really like it's basically this big sword that just like comes from his side, and destroys his enemy. Another one is Astrophere, and this one is basically a whole electrical kind of sphere. Basically, it says it right in the name, right? And it has like three other orbs of electricity, and it just goes around, and like if the enemy touches it, they're basically dead. Of course, now the thing is here, the thing that even makes it more challenging is that you have where when you defeat an enemy, you don't get any health drops. You would probably get a health drop here and there, but you do not get health drops just like that. You have to find like a special one of those special things in order to get a health drop. So you really don't find health drops. Especially during a boss battle, there will be no health drops whatsoever. There are no sub tanks like that, like you would find in the old Mega Man games. There's nothing like that. Well, but what you do have is a skill called um, Galvanic Patch or Galvanic Renewal. Now, Galvanic Patch is basically where it would just heal a portion, just like a little bit of your HP, but Galvanic Renewal, it just fills up your whole gauge. Basically, it fills up the rest of your HP. It basically renews yourself. But the bad thing is, though, you have to be careful with what skills you use, either because the Galvanic Renewal uses 2 skill chips. So you have 3 skill chips. Now, this is where I'm going to go into the skill chips. You have 3 skill chips for these skills, and you only have, well, of course, 3. So you really have to make smart decisions of what you do, because they don't refill like that. They actually take some time. So you really have to make sure you do the right choices, especially with final bosses or bosses in general. You have to really make sure that you don't just use your chips like that, or else you probably have some danger and you'll be on low health or something like that and you'll die. But for me, my health is like all the way up. I don't even need to worry about health. Basically, right now I just worry about score. And yeah, so basically you have those. Galvanic Renewal uses 2 chips. Luke's Caliber uses 2 chips. Astrophere uses 1, and Galvanic Patch uses 1. There's also also other ones, which is alchem alchemical field, and basically this helps you with your heightens cocent of woozing elements and to temporarily boost item drop effects. So basically, you would get more item drops. This one, septimal burst channels Latin septimal energy to temporarily accelerate EP recovery. So you got those that help you with the recovery of your meter that you use with the flow. And yeah, every other skill now. The best skill so far, but it's not really the best. I still think the Luke's Caliber is awesome, but this one is when you're surrounded by too many enemies, and this is the Voltic Chains. Voltic Chains basically deploys electrifying chains power scales to number of targets in sight. Yeah, that does a lot. Um, yeah, that's basically all the skills you have. 2 recoveries and a lot of other ones that you can use to really help you out. Gear, you have different kinds of guns that you can use. There is Cerberus, Mizuchi, Naga, Technos, and Orochi, and Basuki. Or Basuki. Hopefully I'm saying that right. So yeah, you got those. Left eyes, right eyes. Yeah, you can put like certain contact things, rings and medallions. So, or pendants. Sorry. So yeah, there's many customizing options. Inventories is basically all the stuff that you can use to materialize and stuff, and it shows up your total. But yeah. So you also have it where you synth gear and sell items. You can do that and make new items and stuff. You also have it where configure game controls, of course, and you also have it where you talk to Jewel. Jewel really is she's the girl that you save at first. So and trust me, I'm not revealing any spoilers because they say that in the freaking trailer. So don't give me that. But yeah, you talk to Jewel. If you find like a jewel. If you find like a jewel, like a diamond, it's like one of these green diamonds in stages. You can give it to her. It strengthens your bond with her and everything. So, it's just like a kind of a father-daughter thing. And you're playing. So, yeah, it's basically viewing your stuff, like your scores, your times, your best times, and all that. So yeah, basically this game is really good. The stages are really unique in their own way, and they always go by what the boss is basically like. So if your stage is like focuses, like there's one of these stages where it focuses on magnets, and basically the boss is magnet, basically a huge like magnetism kind of a boss. He uses a lot of magnets, so magnet attacks. So you're gonna get a lot of those, and of course resurrection. Basically, there's a lot of zombies, like these kind of zombie biological kind of things that are in that level. This one, he's basically a crazy nut, but it's basically a lot of forest stuff. So you have one that basically it's like fire, and it's a lot of like there's like lava, there's train focusing, and it's really red, the stage. And you got one that basically likes to teleport and shoot a lot of these lasers. So that one really goes well. And this one is my favorite boss ever. I wish I can tell the names, but so subaquatic base is my favorite level. I love this place. It's really challenging, and the boss is awesome. I love this boss. He has an attack, okay? He has an attack called the Lazy Laser. So it's really cool because I like it where he's like because he's totally lazy. He's just like, oh man, like he basically says like, oh, you're gonna make me monologue, aren't you? He really is just lazy. He's like the typical like teenager laziness. But and he also his like a power, basically is he's a teleporter, so he does a lot of that. But he basically teleports this chair, and he just goes and sits on it. He's just like, I guess I have to kill you now. It's just another boring day. Just leave me alone to listen with my music and stuff. And his final big huge special attack, Lazy Laser, it's just hilarious. I like it. He's probably for me the best boss there, as in like a fun boss. So that's why I really like him. And yeah, so the bosses are really unique and it's really good. I really like this game, and also I can give you actually a review right now that will be part of this too. But I'm gonna give it a little more with Zoro. So yeah, so basically, this game is really good. You have many options to do, many customizations. So in order to complete really the full game, I would have to say you're really gonna have to get a really good score, get all the diamonds from each stage. So far, I only have from the excuse me, I keep getting these like hiccup. From the diamonds, I have only 4 from out of the 6 stages, but I think there's other ones in all these other stages. So I would say I have 4 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, out of 12 stages, I have 4 diamonds. So yeah, I got a lot more work to do, and I only got 1 S rank. So I mostly got A ranks mostly, but I got 1 S rank, 1 B rank, A, A, A. Yeah, so I basically got a lot of that. I've been working on this game a lot, so I'm really trying to complete it. I have to find all those other jewels. But yeah, you have to do a lot more. You have to get S ranks in order to really complete the game. And yeah, it's really a fun game. It really brings you back those old memories of playing ZX and Mega Man Zero. So it really is cool. Now, to tie in with this review also is Mighty Gunvolt. Now, Mighty Gunvolt comes with a Zoro Striker Gunvolt if you buy it now until November. It's a certain date in November, but if you buy it now until November, you have where this is now the awful. Once again, I'm gonna say I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tongue-tied, but once again, I'm gonna say this is only until November. So if you don't get the game until then, well, you still got plenty of time. I mean, you got September this month and October next month, so you got a lot of time. But if you buy this game right now, you also get a code for Mighty Gunvolt. It's a really good game. It's a really fast game, really quick, but it's really fun. I love this game to heart. It's like it brings me back to classic Mega Man's, like just Mega Man in general. So it's a really good game. I love it. It brings back everything you hear in this game in Azure Striker Gunvolt, you're gonna hear in Mighty Gunvolt, but in 8-bit. It's really cool. I love the whole 8-bit NES kind of art style that they use for this game. It's really cool. You get to play not just as Gunvolt, you get to play as Erica, something like that. She's an angel from a certain game I forgot. And you also get to play as Beck from Mighty Number 9, and I had a blast playing with him. This Mighty Gunvolt will basically show you, okay, how Beck is going to play. So there's a beta out there already for people who donated towards the project, and also the ones that went to the panel at PAX. But if you play this really shows you what Beck's gonna be like almost, because here he doesn't really absorb energy. He does have that dash that he does that you have to charge up. So it's really not like everything's not there. So he basically has everything that you would find in Mighty Number 9. So yeah, he's a really fun character to play with. So is Erica, and Gunvolt is really fun, but he's kind of cheap because he's got this. Instead of having the ball of electricity and you going after those people, it's just like he basically has like this laser thing that basically destroys the enemy's HP. So or the boss's HP. So yeah, it's really kind of cheap with him. So I like playing with Beck a lot because he really reminds me of just playing with Mega Man himself. So it's really a fun game. So if you just bought it, now the way you get it is now they tell you in the description, which nobody reads, that's why you gotta read what's on the eShop. You gotta read always. They said on your receipt you will find if you purchase it now, of course, until November the offer is valid. But on your receipt you will find the code. It's all the way in the bottom of the receipt, so you have to go find it, and yeah, you'll have the code for Mighty Gunvolt. So that's basically about all you have to do with that. So yes, you have to write down the code. They're not going to just automatically bring you to the page. You have to write down the code, then go to the thing where you enter a code, and ta-da, you do it. But yeah, guys. So what do you guys think about Gunvolt? I really like the game so far. It's a really good game, and yeah. So not much I really can say more into it. I think I'm forgetting some things, but I'm just not remembering them. But yeah, it's really good to see a work from KG, come back, and really, guys, if you want to support him, and especially Mighty Number 9, because I know most of the money that he makes from this game is going to go to that. Go ahead and support it, guys. I'm gonna start right now, Operation Gunvolt. So yeah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so go ahead and purchase this game. Really support him for Mighty Number 9, because I'm definitely getting that game again. I'm already getting a free copy from him because I donated, but I'm gonna get 2 copies from my PlayStation 4, and I'm gonna get actually 3 for my Wii U, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, actually a 4th one, and my 3DS. So I'm gonna be getting it on all these platforms right here. So yeah, because I really just want to support this game. So yeah, if you guys want to stay tuned with that, I'll have a review up for when Mighty Gunvolt, not Mighty Gunvolt, oh my god, that game is getting to my head, when Mighty Number 9 comes out. So yeah, it's gonna be a really fun time with that, and trust me, this game is worth your while. It really brings back, especially if you're a Mega Man fan, you would really love this game. It's a really good, challenging game. Especially it brings back the whole thing with tutorials from Mega Man X and such, where you have to learn on your own, and actually the levels are your tutorial, so you really have to just go in and do it. So it's really cool. So yeah, hopefully you guys like the review. I know there was supposed to be some other people coming in. I'll probably do. I'm gonna do one probably again tomorrow, so that way people that didn't get the chance to come in today, or I'll probably have it a little bit later, because right now you just have my opinions. But I'm gonna have it with also to see if any of my other guests are gonna come in, because they were actually supposed to come, but I understand life has a toll with things. But yeah, so hopefully you guys like my opinion on the game or my review on it. So yeah, what do you guys think about the game? Go ahead and comment, and if you guys already played it. And to me, I will give this game a 4.5. It's really good. I'm not going to give it a perfect score because there are some things that lack, but I'm going to give it a 4.5. This is a really good game, really challenging. It's not really easy because you will die a lot if you do not have your HP up and all that, so you will die a lot, especially from final bosses, so unless you don't know what you're doing. But yeah, it's a really challenging game. It's really a good amount of bosses that you will get to face, and it's really good. So yeah, so 4.5 is my final score. I probably have a little bit of a show later tonight for people who, for my guests that missed it. So yeah, like I always say, guys, don't lose your way. Don't be afraid. Just game till the end. All right. So thanks a lot, guys, and look out for more that will be happening, because I know there's a lot of news that I have to still cover up. I just don't want to, go through the whole thing of because once the announcements are out, then everybody basically makes a video about it, so that's why I kind of wait a little bit. So yeah, so thanks a lot, guys. See you guys later. Peace.